Hey everybody, welcome to the very first episode of the Real Cinema Show. My name is Rob,
My name is Devin.
and on this show we talk movies that we saw last week and what we're excited to see this week. I do want to preface, however, that the curtains you see, the table that you see, the lighting, our personalities on camera, this is all a work in progress. This whole set is a work in progress. So take that as it is. we're gonna improve as the episodes go on.
We'll try to get better. This is very beginner amateur hour right here. And like Rob said, everything here's a work in progress, and we're only going to try to get better from here on out, as this is only episode 1.
Yeah, so bear with us. I also want to preface by saying that we are not experts. We're not professional movie critics. We're not pundits. We're movie fans. We talk. We discuss movies together, and we decided, you know what, let's do this in front of a camera.
Let's try to make some fun out of it.
Yeah.
And try to talk about movies we like all the time.
Exactly. So we're movie goers, we're movie fans, and hopefully that comes across as well. So take that with a grain of salt. Devin, tell us how the show is going to be run today.
So the show's going to be run in multiple parts, as it will be every show. We'll start always with the weekend recap, where we talk about the week in movies that we saw. So, for instance, this week will be Alien. Then we'll get into the trailers of the past week, the trailers that we found most interesting, that we're now looking forward to seeing, whether it be teaser trailers or now official trailers. And then we will, as our final topic, we will always have this week in movies, the week coming of what movies are going to be coming out, such as Blink Twice, The Crow, and Strange Darling, which one of those we're most looking forward to seeing, and we'll hopefully be able to see of those. Those are the 3 main parts, and then sometimes we may also add in another subtopic as well to talk about that will be exclusive to each episode. I do also want to preface by saying that when we do the weekend recap, they will be non-spoiler reviews, and then we will also have a separate video talking about weekend recap where we talk about those movies such as Alien in full spoiler discussion. So in this video, it will be a non-spoiler review about Alien. And then from there, Rob, I think we can get into talking about the weekend recap. We'll start by talking about Alien. What were your thoughts on Alien Romulus that just came out this past week?
Yeah, so was pretty excited for this one. Fede Alvarez, he directed Evil Dead 2013, I think, or 2014.
2014, I believe.
That movie was kind of bonkers, balls to the wall, just full on insanity, and I loved it. And then I saw Don't Breathe, which I believe was probably 2017, which is a really good horror thriller. So when I found out that Fede Alvarez was directing the new Alien movie, it got me pretty excited. Saw the teaser a few months back. It looks like it was being brought to the,
Alien universe?
Or no, just like it's bringing it back to the basics.
Gotcha.
It looked like it was going to be a horror again, and it's not some
adventure action sci-fi.
Exactly. So yeah, saw that this weekend, and it was everything that I kind of hoped it to be. People are saying it's like Don't Breathe in space, which I can definitely agree with. That I understand why they got Fede Alvarez to direct the movie.
I completely agree with you. I didn't see Evil Dead, but I did see Don't Breathe, I think probably over the pandemic at home, and I absolutely loved that movie. I thought that was a fantastic horror movie. So when I saw that he was marketed as Fede Alvarez as the guy who's directing this, that got me excited. I really loved what I saw in the trailers for this movie. Obviously the popcorn buckets now, with every movie doing fun marketing with popcorn buckets, but also just great moments in the trailer got me really excited for this movie the more I kept seeing it. So I also really enjoyed this movie.
What did you like about it? What were the highlights?
I think the leads were great. Kaylee Spaney as the main lead, and then David Johnson was also fantastic in this movie. They had great chemistry, and they were both just fantastic in this movie. There was great jump scares.
David Johnson, he's the guy that plays Andy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
there's great jump scares in this movie, and I enjoyed with sci-fi. I love sci-fi, and most sci-fi these days isn't horror. It's more maybe kind of adventure, like Interstellar, or it's a world building like The Creator or Star Wars. It's one of those kind of movies.
Yeah.
Usually, when you think of sci-fi, you don't associate that much with horror, even though that's what Aliens has been known for. And I did love the first two Aliens because I've seen those, and this kind of pays a lot of homage and throws back to the first Alien, which I thought was great. It was just a simple, tight story, easy to follow, and it made for a really enjoyable horror movie. Trying to survive with, I feel like the stakes constantly being raised throughout the movie, which I thought is what Fede Alvarez has done great with this movie, as well as Don't Breathe as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So the cinematography was pretty insane. I thought it was a beautiful, beautifully shot movie. The opening sequence was pretty great. Obviously, we're not spoiling anything. And yeah, everything that you just said, I 100% agree with.
You made a great point of the cinematography because this movie was made for only 80 million, and it looks like it could be like a 150 million movie with how the CGI and the effects were.
Just the sets in general, like it's like world building,
Absolutely, great world building.
Yeah.
As you were saying, great world building, great action that reminded me of other movies that I can't really talk about right now on the non-spoiler version, but just tight story and just wanting and just good action in Aliens. Just good doing something original, even though this is, I think, maybe the 9th installment now of this franchise.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great.
Oh my God, is it really the 9th?
There was like so many when I saw recently, like
Let me see. Aliens, Alien 3, Prometheus, Alien Covenant. Oh yeah, because Alien versus Predator. I think there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Then this Alien Romulus. Yeah, there's like
there's quite a lot of aliens.
Okay.
So
that's pretty cool.
It's nice when you can see something original done and throw it back to the original and make something that was really loved. I also want to point out Ridley Scott was a producer on this movie. He also gave a simple note to Fede Alvarez that said, "Good luck," something along the lines of "Good luck, enjoy, and don't fuck it up," which I thought was great. That Ridley Scott, great words of encouragement from a legend of filmmaking and of this franchise.
Yeah, and I don't think he fucked it up.
No, he definitely didn't. He made a great horror sci-fi movie, which I feel like you don't see too many of. So I really enjoyed seeing something that almost feels kind of unique in a sense.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
All right. So, do you recommend the movie?
Oh, absolutely. So I would like to also recommend. I definitely recommend seeing it if you're a fan of either horrors or sci-fi at all. And then I would also rate it probably. For me, I'd probably rate about an 8.3, 8.4 out of 10. Had a really good time with it. A lot of great action set pieces, and good tension throughout. And it's just a very enjoyable watch on a tight runtime as well. I feel like.
Yeah. I give it an 8 out of 10. I think that last sequence was pretty intense.
That's stuff I can't wait to.
And yeah, I want to see it again for sure.
That's something I definitely want to talk about in the spoiler discussion. Definitely, there's a lot of moments throughout that I definitely want to get into more once we do this spoiler episode, which will be out hopefully soon enough after this.
Yeah.
If everything goes according to plan.
Cool. So we give it 8.3, 8.4 out of 10.
I'll say that. 8.3.
I give it an 8. Devin, what is our next topic?
So our next topic that we're going to talk about is the trailers of the week. And then our first trailer that we're going to talk about for trailers of the week is going to be Woman of the Hour. This is Anna Kendrick's directorial debut. And it is about a true story of Cheryl Bradshaw, who appeared on a dating show in the 70s and ended up, of all the contestants she could have picked, a serial killer. So that's movie's coming out relatively soon, in probably a little over a month. Rob, what are your initial thoughts on this trailer?
Yeah, so I just watched the trailer before our show. Yeah, no, it looks right up my alley. I love horror thrillers. It looks exciting. What?
I'm choking on water over here.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I thought this was a great teaser trailer because I feel like trailers nowadays tend to show first, second, and third act a little too much. So I thought this was a great little start. I'm excited to see what Anna Kendrick can do as a director now. This will be. She's a good actor, and I'm looking forward to seeing her take a new step because a lot of actors turn directors nowadays. It feels like with Ben Affleck and I'm blanking on.
Well, Ben Affleck's been a director for a while.
Yeah, he's directed good. Yeah, but like a lot of actors trying to Zoe Kravitz as well, making her directorial debut soon, which we'll also mention later. So I'm excited to see another actor trying to do directing and see how it turns out because this looks pretty interesting to see because it feels like a lot of true story movies I love always seeing a true story movie, especially when it just sounds insane and doesn't even sound like it's believable to have it happen as something real. All right. With that being said,
what other trailer do we got?
We'll get into our second trailer of the week, which is the new trailer for Kraven the Hunter, another movie in the Sony Spider-Verse anti-hero universe that I'm just hoping they can make something decent out of because the last two between Morbius and Madam Web have been lackluster, and that's putting it about as kindly as I could say about it. Rob, what did you think of the Kraven the Hunter trailer?
I don't care for these types of movies. I haven't seen any of the anti-hero Spider-Verse films. This trailer was good, but then again, it's like I haven't seen any of the other movies. I don't know if this connects with, is this movie supposed to be in a cinematic universe, or is this a standalone thing, or do we even know that yet?
Yes.
Oh, it's
I think what Sony's trying to do is put a bunch of standalone movies like Venom, Madam Web, Morbius. I think they're all supposed to be standalone movies, but they're also I think supposed to be in the same universe.
Yeah. And are they all gonna supposedly team up or something?
If Sony figures out how to get good writers together,
which
then
won't.
It's very true. That's very true. They probably won't, but I believe because this is supposed to be a standalone movie for the most part, even though Rhino has been teasing this, so I guess Rhino might have a role as well. But it is supposed to be, to an extent, standalone Kraven the Hunter focused on Aaron Taylor Johnson's character movie in this anti-hero Spider-Verse movie that doesn't have Spider-Man in this universe, at the moment at least.
What did you think of the trailer?
I thought it was a good trailer. It's good action. It's an R-rated movie by all the blood and violence, so I'm hopefully optimistic that they could Sony actually got a good movie here on their hands, because I enjoyed the first two Venoms a lot. I'm looking forward to the new one. But after Madam Web and Morbius, I'm just going to flip a coin and hope that Sony puts out something decent with this movie, because there's not else much I can say about this movie that I can say good about it. That's releasing on December 13th in theaters.
All right, so Kraven the Hunter. Okay.
Hopeful.
Yeah.
And then our final trailer of the week is a small little teaser for The Monkey, directed by Osgood Perkins of Longlegs, coming out next year. Rob, what are your initial thoughts on this quick little teaser trailer?
So it's definitely a teaser. It's not a trailer. I think they show one shot from the movie, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. But produced by James Wan, who's behind Insidious and the Conjuring films.
Horror's his thing.
Yeah, he saw, we can keep going. And then based off of a short story by Stephen King. Directed by, as he said, Osgood Perkins, who just directed Longlegs, which right now Longlegs is my number 2 film of the year. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see the full trailer. I'm an Os Perkins fan.
Yeah, you're right. It's not even really a trailer. It's literally just one shot of a guy covered in blood, pretty much. And then, honestly, most of this trailer is just crediting James Wan with making every horror movie of the last 10 years. It feels like, because it feels like that's all he does. I mean, he produces great horror movies. And Longlegs, I didn't love it as much as you. I know you absolutely love that movie. Yeah. I still thought it was a good movie. A little weird, but it was still a good movie. So this looks like it's got potential. So I'm hopeful that this will be a good movie. And this is coming out February 21st, 2025. And with that being said, we'll get into our final topic.
Actually, I do want to bring out something.
Oh, yeah?
So is there anything that's playing in theaters now that that came out weeks prior that you haven't caught that you're still looking forward to seeing?
I don't know if there's anything that I'm looking forward to seeing. I almost want to laugh maybe at Borderlands because it's got such terrible reviews.
That's messed up. You're
I
kicking them when they're down.
Because look, when I saw a review that basically said it's not the worst movie of the year, and I would like to confirm that because I sat for an hour and a half of my life and I watched Sasquatch Sunset. That's not a movie. That's 4 actors in ape suits making noises, and Jesse Eisenberg's character being horny for 30 minutes until he's killed. It's that's all that movie is. I spoiled it for you, but honestly, you should thank me later because that movie was garbage. So I want to know how much better Borderlands is than that and Madam Web. So that might be something I could look into seeing, so I could help the flop that is Borderlands.
Well, now I want to see Sasquatch Sunset. Horny until he gets killed. That's great. So I missed Trap. I didn't see that. And then Dee Dee is still playing. It looks like this might be the last week. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for those 2 movies.
I'll quickly comment on both of those movies, I think, briefly in a non-spoiler way.
Yep.
I thought Trap had good potential, and then at a certain point through that movie, it made a decision, or there was a pivot point, I felt like, where then it was just getting, okay, is this where we're going? I didn't think it'd go this way. It was just kind of... It then became something of salvageableness with some plot holes where I was like, it's a good... Trap's okay if you don't think too hard about the movie, is the best way I can put it. And then quickly for Dee Dee.
Should I see Trap?
If you just, like, have the money and it's like you just don't have that many brain cells computing at that moment in time.
Okay.
I think that's the best way to describe Trap.
Okay.
But Dee Dee, I would absolutely recommend everyone seeing. That was a very fun time. I came into it not expecting much and laughing a lot. So, like, if you ever just want to laugh because the world sucks sometimes, Dee Dee's a great movie. It's a coming-of-age movie, and if you're a millennial, you'll really enjoy it, like yourself, Rob, because it's like, I felt like I got to understand what it's like growing up as a millennial, since I'm Gen Z. So it was interesting to see a different generation grow up and see kind of how they live.
Yeah.
And it was just fun, good comedy, and also drama at times. So definitely recommend checking out Dee Dee. Don't really waste your time with Trap as much to an extent. And I think that's what I'll say about those 2 movies for now.
Great. So, is there any movie you guys haven't seen yet that's playing in theaters? Let us know in the comments. I'm going to try to read all the comments and reply to them, just,
Absolutely. We'll try to read through them and reply to them as well.
Yeah. All right, so for our last topic, what's coming out in theaters this weekend? And what are we going to see? So, Devin, I'll start off with you.
So this week in movies, we have Blink Twice, the new Channing Tatum movie that is written and directed by Zoe Kravitz. So this looks interesting. I've seen the trailer quite a few times now in previews. This thriller movie, it looks like. Thriller, mystery, kind of maybe even murder as well.
Yeah, and it looks like a little bit of a comedy as well, like a dark mystery thriller comedy or something.
I could see that as well. Yeah, there's a few moments where I'm kind of laughing at the trailer and I'm like thinking, this has potential to be something interesting where you don't really know what's happened, almost like a paranoid mystery too. So it's got interesting aspects to it that I'm looking forward to. What else? Any other thoughts you have about the movie, Rob? That from you, what you've seen so far?
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see Channing Tatum. He's pretty good in comedies, and I feel like this is going to be like a dark comedy in a weird way. We just watched the trailer before the show, and this looks like a movie that would play well in theaters. Like, it looks like it has everything, like you said: thriller, horror, mystery, suspense, comedy. You know what I mean? So, with all of these elements combined, it should make for a really fun time at the movies.
Yeah, hopefully, like you said, like that's a good point. It's got like kind of multiple genres going for itself, by looks like, and hopefully can do well in the theater. Because I've never rooted against a movie to flop, except for Sasquatch Sunset. But for the most part, hopefully a good amount of people go to see it. We're rooting for the theatrical experience on this show. So I never root against the movie. For the most part, I don't root against the movie to flop. And
Most part.
it's Sasquatch is the exception. And then with that down, we'll get into the next movie that we're looking forward to seeing this week, which is The Crow. I'll let you start, Rob. What are your thoughts on The Crow and what you've seen so far from it?
A revenge thriller is what I thought it was. If you Google it, it's gonna say adventure, action fantasy. Right? Yeah. So I guess it's got all those elements. I never saw the original Crow, so I don't really know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
But the trailer's bloody, and I'm down with this bloody revenge. I love Bill Skarsgård. He was great in It. He was great in Barbarian. I'm excited to see what he does next.
So you just brought up a point I didn't know. Is this supposed to be a remake of a previous The Crow? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, there was a Crow. It's the other one's like a cult classic.
Interesting. So I'm gonna try to maybe check that out beforehand.
Bruce Lee's son. This is not news for people that are a little older than us that are movie fans, but Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee, was the original Crow, and he was killed on set with a blank.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So that sort of thing is kind of surrounding the Crow.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Anyways, are you
so
excited to see The Crow?
after seeing the trailer again, I think I've only seen it one time before we just watched it again. I'm now more excited because this was a new trailer I haven't seen. Like you said, a lot of like a revenge kind of vengeance movie with the fantastical elements of it that make it very interesting and appealing to me. So I'm actually pleasantly excited about this. I'm definitely gonna have to book a ticket for it very soon, and I'm really looking forward to it and hoping for a pretty good. Also, it's got like some horror kind of undertones as well. So I think it's kind of going through a few genres as well. So I'm excited for this one, and I can't wait to see it this week.
Yeah. And then we got Strange Darling.
Yeah. So Strange Darling, another true story movie where a woman's fighting for her life. I don't know why this is now its own subgenre, it feels like, between the Woman of the Hour and Strange Darling, where horror thriller where Willa Fitzgerald is just fighting for her life in a murder movie out in the woods, it seems like. So it looks interesting. Looks like it could be a good scary suspense movie. And it looks like it has good potential, Rob. What are your initial thoughts on the trailer?
Saw the trailer in theaters. These are my types of movies. I love thrillers. I love horror. I love when someone's trying to escape the bad guy. But this movie in particular, from the trailer, it looks like it's fast-paced.
Mm-hmm.
It looks hallucinogenic. And I like when there's a little style in my movies. So that's what I got out of it, and I'm excited to see it. Yeah.
You brought up a point I didn't think about too much. That is like, it looks like it's just gonna go very soon into the movie. Like, we're not gonna waste time. We're just gonna be fast-paced movie. And horror is not a genre for a long time that I was ever interested in, but over the past few years, I'm becoming more and more open to it. And like literally the last like 4 or 5 movies, I feel like all of them have almost been horror, with one exception being Dee Dee. Yeah. So this is another one. Looks like it's got good potential. And like you said, the trying to escape the bad guy is always a great time. Trying to see like the suspense of the fight for survival, especially kind of when it's a true story, which makes it all the more interesting.
Yeah.
And those are my thoughts on Strange Darling.
Cool. So out of the 3, you can only buy 1 ticket.
Ooh.
Which one are you seeing?
Originally, I was probably going to say originally Blink Twice, because I've seen the trailer quite a few times, and it looked like an interesting time, multiple genres, especially seeing someone in their directorial debut with Zoe Kravitz. But after seeing the trailer that I just recently saw for The Crow, I think I'm leaning towards, if I could only see one, I'm going to try to see multiple of these, I would say The Crow, because the fantastical elements, these horror, the action, the vengeance, it all looks like it's just a great time for me, because I really love action movies, and especially when it's this one guy going vengeance style on everyone in a kind of in the fantasy way that it is. I think that's going to be very interesting to see, because I don't feel like I see it in a fantastical vengeance movie kind of as often.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that, and I think that would be if I can only see one movie, I think I would go with The Crow.
I would have to agree with you there. Gonna see The Crow. My second choice would probably be Blink Twice, maybe? But I don't know. I kind of want to see all three.
I completely agree with you. I'm definitely gonna make sure to see Blink Twice as well, because that looks like it's gonna be a fun time as well, where it's just gonna be like, ooh, what's happening now? Where are we going now? With the kind of paranoid aspects to it of what's happening in the movie. So those two for sure, I think.
Cool. So we are running out of time. But yeah, so this is the Real Cinema Show. We're gonna be doing a show every Monday, so keep an eye out next Monday. Do you have any final thoughts?
We're also gonna try to, as best we can, do out of theater reactions, quick little out of theater reactions to the movies that we saw. So you're gonna see those hopefully over the weekend when we do see a movie like The Crow or Blink Twice. And then we're also gonna try to do full spoiler discussion episodes for movies like Alien, and then for the movies that we see every week following on our weekend recap, where we'll have full video dedicated for going in full spoiler talk about Alien and other movies to come in the future. And
Great.
With that, I think that covers about everything, Rob.
Perfect. So thank you guys for watching the Real Cinema Show. We'll see you next week.
See you then.